Oh wow, where do we even start? Okay, so over the last few months during this pandemic that we've been experiencing with the COVID-19, a lot of businesses have been shut down, including so many of my friends in the hair industry. Obviously, we as hairdressers haven't been able to work due to the whole coronavirus, and so I've had a number of friends reach out to me, a number that were not in the hair industry, a number that were in the hair industry, asking me questions along the entrepreneurial aspect of business. Because when the hair industry, as well as many other industries, restaurants, whatever it may have been, closed down, obviously you could do takeout, but when a lot of these industries were forced to stop working, the income of many individuals obviously stopped coming in as well. Thankfully, over the last 15-ish years, maybe longer, 20-ish years, I have been involved in real estate investing. I fix and flip houses, as some of you may know. I have purchased rental properties through my hard efforts of saving money as a hairstylist. I would buy rental properties. Obviously now I do a lot of fix and flips. I also invented a dog leash called the Snap Leash, which you can check out at snapleash.com. And I've also published a children's book that's called My Body's Just For Me. That educates children on a very tricky topic, the topic of sexual abuse. 15-time New York best-selling author Richard Paul Evans helped me publish my very first book, which is My Body's Just For Me. And the point of all of this is, thankfully for me, when the coronavirus or the pandemic, or I should say the shutdown, the economy shutting down, and we had a self-quarantine kicked in, due to these other streams of income that I started doing, I should say the Snap Leash and real estate were two streams of income that I started doing off of my efforts as a hairstylist. I was a hairstylist at the time when I invented that dog leash and patented it and went through the whole process. I was a hairstylist at the time when I got my feet wet into real estate investing. But the point is, thankfully, due to these multiple streams of income, when the self-quarantine happened, I still had revenue, I still had income coming in, gratefully. And due to this, I've had friends reach out quite a bit through this pandemic asking how they can get started in real estate as well. Because obviously not being able to go to work for some people, they lost their jobs, they got laid off. They wanted to find other sources of income because obviously when you don't have income, it's not a good thing. So what I thought I would do is start sharing an entrepreneurial playlist on this channel that shares what I do in hopes that maybe it helps or inspires, but mostly helps somebody who is pursuing different avenues of income outside of hair. So obviously this is a hair channel. We're gonna still do haircuts, but we're gonna also focus on just entrepreneurial aspects, the ability to make other streams of income. And something that's really cool that I think may bring value, because you can always learn from someone else's mistakes, and trust me, I'll probably make a lot of mistakes in this new venture, but something that I think is really cool, kind of a big announcement that I didn't expect to make, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it right now because of all of the people who've asked me to kind of mentor them through the entrepreneurial ventures that they have, is that I have been toying with the idea of bottling my wife's salad dressing. Now, for anyone who's ever tasted my wife's salad dressing, and I'm sure nobody has on this, who's watching this, but anybody who has absolutely loves it. It is incredibly delicious, at least in my opinion, and pretty much everybody who's tasted it. I really feel that it is something that can be a huge success once it is officially a product that we can bottle. But here's the thing. Just like the Snap Leash, when I created the Snap Leash, I was a hairstylist. I didn't know anything about the pet industry and had to figure that out. And it was super, super slow. It was very slow to figure out the pet industry, from taking an idea, patenting it, hiring the patenting attorney, doing the patent search, to actually having it manufactured, to actually now selling in multiple countries, basically worldwide. We're selling in multiple countries. Thankfully, because of the internet, we can sell in multiple countries. And so I've taken a product that I knew nothing about, that industry, and we're now successfully selling it. Well, I'm about to start that whole painful process all over again, but in the food industry. I know nothing about the food industry. I know nothing about bottling salad dressing. So what I'm going to do is document the process in hopes that maybe somebody else out there is looking to start a side hustle, a side business. As a hairstylist, I'll tell you right now, some of the most creative people I know are hairstylists. Worked with tons and tons of hairstylists, and I'll tell you, there were so many of us that had such great ideas, we just didn't know how to pursue them. We didn't know how to get them in patent at the time, all these phenomenal ideas that could have gone out and made millions of dollars, but we were hairstylists. We didn't know about how to create that product, how to do that. And so when I did do the snap leash, it was a very painful process. So now I don't want to go through that painful process again doing salad dressing. So my goal is to find mentors, pay mentors to shortcut that process. I do not want to figure it out. It takes way too long, way too much time. So I want to find mentors who can guide me along that path. Somebody who has already bottled a food product. So here's why I'm making this announcement, hypothetically, basically, here's why I'm making that announcement. On Saturday, I do a radio show every Saturday called Utah Home Sweet Home. It's a real estate radio show based here in Utah. So go figure why it's called Utah Home Sweet Home. My guest, Jonas Atsuji. Some of you may know Jonas through the Survivor show. He was on Survivor about 10 years ago, and he used to be a sushi chef. Now he's a real estate investor, and that's why he was on the show. So we were interviewing him doing real estate, but after the show ended, we started chit-chatting. Hey, what have you been up to? Da-da-da. And just so you know, ever since I came to the conclusion that I wanted to bottle this salad dressing, I have been asking everybody, have you ever bottled a salad dressing, or do you know anyone who has, or any type of food product? Because I don't want to figure this out. I want to pay a mentor to shortcut me to the process. Nobody that I knew. And I've been asking people, I think I started this idea back in January. It is now May. So for the last 5 months, I've been asking pretty much everybody, do you know someone who's bottled a food product? So Saturday, I'm talking to Jonas after the show ends, and he tells me, I say, yeah, I'm actually going to try and bottle a salad dressing. And I said, do you know anyone who's ever bottled this salad dressing? He goes, this is Jonas speaking, he goes, I personally bottled a food product. It wasn't salad dressing, but a food product. And one of the trickiest things about bottling a food product is putting the ingredients that are in the bottle on the label, because it has to be in a certain way, and you have to share, I guess, the certain amounts or something to that effect. What I didn't know is that you have to hire, this is what I found out on Saturday, a food scientist who can help you create that information so you can put on the label, because that's required by law here in America. So, talking to Jonas on Saturday, he made an introduction to a food scientist. Now, this food scientist works at BYU. For those of you who don't know BYU, it's Brigham Young University. It's a big university here in Provo, Utah. So, my very first connection has been made in this new venture. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to document my process in hopes that it helps somebody to watch me through my successes and my failures, so that you don't have to go through those failures and just go through the successes. And by watching me tackle an idea that's literally a salad dressing recipe and figuring out the ropes on how to actually get it sold in stores, I'm going to share all of that with you guys on my entrepreneurial channel, as well as share, how my snap leash is doing, how my book is doing. For some of you who are watching, maybe you have an idea for an invention, maybe you want to publish a book, maybe you have a food product, maybe it's none of those, maybe it's all of those, I don't know. But I'm going to start documenting my entrepreneurial aspects that I do throughout the day, in hopes that it helps other creative-minded hairstylists, or whoever's watching this, be able to pursue those ideas that they've had, that they've always said, man, if only I could do this, it would make millions. Then hopefully this documenting of me going from zero zilch, nada, like literally in the food industry. I know zero, zilch, nada. I know nothing. Literally going from there to eventually putting that salad dressing into the shelves at the grocery store, which who knows when that'll happen, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. I have no idea how long it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna document the process in hopes that it can help somebody else shortcut their way to success in a side hustle or a side business or whatever it is that you want to pursue. And maybe the information I'll share on this channel will be enough that you don't even have to hire a mentor. Maybe these videos will be your mentor. Like I said, I'm going to pay a mentor. I'm going to pay Jonas whatever it takes for him to mentor me through the process. I'm going to pay this food scientist whatever it takes to go through the process. Done some research already. The bottle itself is not going to be difficult. I've already found a bunch of bottles that I'd be interested in utilizing online that you can buy in bulk. The sticker, obviously, that I'll be putting on the bottle is going to be super easy once I know what I'm going to print on that sticker. The food scientist is going to help me figure out what to print on that sticker, but then of course we have our logo and the name of the salad dressing, whatever it may be, all of that good stuff. We're going to document all of that stuff. So I think some of it will be relatively easy to execute just because I have already created a product from zero, from an idea to patent to now we're selling worldwide. I think some of it will be easy, but I think a lot of it is going to be difficult, or maybe I should just say unknown. I have no idea what I don't even know, right? You don't know what you don't know. And in this case, I don't know what I don't know yet. So I wanted to share this big announcement because I hope that for all you hairdressers out there who had to go in lockdown, shut down, well, that was all of us, we can find different ways to generate different streams of income so that if this happens again, and some are predicting it will, they say the second wave will be worse than the first wave. I hope not, but if it does, then maybe rental income from a rental property or buying a house at a lower discounted price, doing some remodeling in it, turning around, selling it, or being a real estate agent on the side. I can share that with you as well. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can go out and make part-time side hustle that can generate a good income so that if your main income shuts off, you have good extra, as Robert Allen, the other 13, 14, 15 New York best-selling author on entrepreneurship business, as he calls it, multiple streams of income. The other multiple streams of income will be flowing in. So if one stops, you still have other streams generating income. So on that note, I wanted to announce that and share with you guys to stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned for future videos on my venture down an industry I know nothing about.